Now from the University of Okoboji, it's Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thee.
Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody. I'm Jeff Thee, coming to you from, of course, the Dickinson County Museum. And, of course, I have here with me Mary Drier. She's a director. And how are you?
And chief fun haver around here.
Well, yes.
Is that a term, fun haver?
Fun haver, yeah. Can I be an honorary, like lieutenant fun haver?
Of course.
No.
Together we are the fun havers.
Volunteer fun haver. I need a card that I can hand out to people.
I do too, Jeff.
We always wondered what you did. This is it.
This is it.
Oh, this is it. Well, you like to mystify and stump me with what we're going to talk about and so forth. And I know we've got some maps of Dickinson County.
We do have some maps. We're going to start today, Jeff. I'm sure that you use a map like this.
Sure.
Good old Google Maps.
Yes.
Okay, you look at this little map and it shows Big Spirit Lake, it shows Okoboji Arnold's Park, the town of Spirit Lake. It even shows Wahpeton, which I'm pretty thrilled about since I live there.
You got highways 9 and 71 there, yeah.
But not much else.
No.
It's kind of boring.
It's a little dull.
I would say that when it comes to maps, we have not necessarily improved the mapping online.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they're very functional, but they lack some of the class of the old maps.
Yes.
So today we're going to be classy.
You're going to class it up for me?
We are going to class it up,
Thank
Jeff.
goodness. I've been waiting for someone to do this for me for years now.
One of the oldest maps that I've seen of this area walked through the door here, about a month ago.
Okay.
One of our Way Back When Wednesday people brought this in and asked if I'd ever seen it. 1875, Jeff.
Oh my goodness.
1875.
In context, that's just a decade after the Civil War ended.
2 decades after the Spirit Lake Massacre.
There you go. There's your timeline to look at.
This is an early map, and it shows not only Dickinson County, but the other counties in the northwest quadrant of Iowa.
Right.
But of course, I'm interested in the Dickinson County stuff.
Right.
It shows the Little Sioux River, of course. But you'll notice that Milford isn't where Milford is now.
Well, you're right.
Milford was south of where it is now.
Yeah, almost. I mean, no, not to Fostoria, but it was south of where it is.
Yeah, it was along the Mill Creek.
Okay.
Was where it was, and that's where it was in 1875 when this map was done. If you look at a later map, Milford would be up here. It moved.
So they
moved it.
They encroached. They kind of moved. Yeah.
They moved. The railroad came through, and they moved that.
So they picked up stakes and
moved up
and moved the town.
Yeah. For a while, there were remnants of the original Milford town. There was I think it was called the Green Mill, or the Mill Restaurant or something, was part of Old Milford, and there were a couple of other structures that were around later. But what we know of as Milford was North Milford.
Okay.
But then you look around here and you see, go up to Big Spirit Lake. What's missing around there, Jeff?
Well, let me tip my glasses down here.
Yeah, what do you not see around Big Spirit Lake?
I don't see any. That's not a roadway there.
Mm-mm.
Is that what I'm not?
Yeah.
Okay.
No roads.
No roads.
Look around West Okoboji.
No Highway 86.
No roads.
No roads.
No roads around the lake?
Just really a plat of the lakes themselves.
Right.
And I'm amazed at the shape and everything. I mean, they didn't have drones. You couldn't get into a helicopter or an airplane. How did they know how to draw the shape of the lakes? I mean, it's pretty incredible what they did in 1875.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've recently learned something, and we'll talk about this for a session later on, about a thing called Station Madigan, or Station Madison, and it was up on the north edge of Big Spirit Lake, and it was actually the first structure in this county. And since I didn't bone up on it for this session, I can't tell you exactly when, but Aubrey LaFoy wrote about it, and it was back in the 1849, that surveyors came through. And it was on a high spot west of Big Spirit Lake, west of Little Spirit Lake.
Okay.
And kind of in the area of Grover's Lake.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
way in the north
Yep.
border of the county.
Right.
And supposedly there's a few rocks left there where this station was, but it was a high point for the surveyors to see Grover's Lake, Little Spirit Lake, Big Spirit Lake, and they could go from there and survey from there. Back in 1849. Isn't that cool?
I mean,
but we'll do a whole session on that sometime.
But it's incredible what they could do.
So I wonder if some of their work brought this 1875 map.
Well, it would have been easier than sending someone out again. You
Well,
know,
yeah. Yeah.
If you had existing work.
I just love looking at these old maps because what's interesting is on this 1875 map, it doesn't show some lakes that are missing. Sylvan Lake, Pillsbury Lake, and there's a third lake west of Lake Okoboji that were later drained. They're not showing up on this 1875 map, but they show up on the 1883 map.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they didn't see them back here.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a drouthy period.
It could have
You
been.
know, who knows?
Yep.
1875 was when the grasshopper plague was.
Oh.
You know, and that went on, I think it was about 5 years out of 8 that farmers had no crops
Gee.
and no ability to save seed. It was a desperate time around here. That's the time of this map.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible.
So this is, when this walked through the door, I did a little jump for joy.
I bet you did. How long ago did that come through the door?
Within about a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll be seeing
And you
this
had never
on a one
seen-
year. I'd never seen an 1875 map before.
Wow.
Of here. The town of Montgomery is not here. The town of Lake Park is not here. Well, actually, Lake Park is called Austin.
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 Now I wonder if that was a landowner or.
I don't know.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't know.
Because you can see, well, you know, they got Silver Lake there, and
Yeah. Yeah. So these old maps, they are just so
fascinating.
cool. And then, here's another one of my favorite maps. And this one came in with the Wilson collection. And it is a hand-drawn map, very nicely done,
Yeah.
by Merrill Robb of Arnold's Park in 1909.
Okay.
A hand-drawn map. And this does show those lakes that were not present on the 1875 map. Sylvan Lake, Pratt Lake, and Pillsbury Lake to the west of West Okoboji.
And I see it's got the railroads
It does.
coming in here.
It's got the north-south Milwaukee line, and it's got the east-west BCRNN. That's
Okay.
it, the BCRNN.
Now, what are the little red?
We have the towns of Milford.
Oh, okay.
We have Arnold's Park, Spirit Lake, Orleans, Montgomery, and Lake Park.
Okay.
So this was about 30 years after the 1875 map.
Okay. So in that time, Montgomery and Lake Park were either incorporated or however they did.
Right. And we have Superior also on this
Right.
map. It also shows Welch Lake and the Hodis Lakes, Marble Lake, Center Lake. I just love this map. It was obviously done by a kid who took a lot of time doing this. I wonder if it was a school project.
You wonder.
I don't know. Our friend Don Gregerson has brought in a bunch of maps. If you know Don, you know he knows about everything there is to know about the lakes.
Okay.
And this is one of the maps that he brought in. It's a multi-purpose map because it shows not only a lot of the resorts and camps and things like that and the names of the points and the bays, but it also shows the depth of the water. You
So
can see
what
that-
year is this from then?
Oh, I was hoping you weren't going to ask that because I can't tell you, Jeff.
Well, just the how intricate it is, and then the depths of the lake.
Right,
And last one was 1909, so
right.
yeah, you wonder. I don't know.
I would guess maybe 60s because
Okay.
one of the points on this map is the Lakes Art Center and Historical Museum.
Oh, okay.
And so that would have been late 60s or 71,
Okay.
somewhere in that time range. But there's something here on East Okoboji, right under the bridge. It says stripping station. I wonder what that was.
I wonder what that.
I don't know. You can think all sorts of things.
Well, yeah, I got things coming to mind, but
I don't
that'd be
think
a
that's
poor
probably
place
what
to do
it is. Yeah. Don Gregerson has brought in so many cool things. And this is a fisherman's map of Big Spirit Lake brought to us by the Orleans Drive-In.
Orleans Drive-In.
Yeah. Spillway.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, okay.
Yeah. This not only shows where the fishing is good, it shows what you can catch in each of these good
Oh my goodness, look at that.
the bluegills, crappies, perch, catfish, etc., etc., etc.
I bet you could still sell the heck out of that.
I bet you could, and I bet the fish are still around. Let's do just one more map.
Okay.
Let's just, or I might have to do two. And this is an advertising map from Dowden Hin Realtors.
All right.
And again, I can't tell you what year it is, but it's kind of, it shows the different places. Papoose Beach. Do you know about Papoose Beach?
I don't.
It's over on Miller's Bay. Just tons of cool things. And you can see the towns. East Okoboji Beach was a going thing then. So I don't think this particular map is all that old. I've got just one more map to show you, Jeff.
Okay.
And this is one that came into our collection just a few weeks ago also. And this is a handmade map done by Glenn Hafer. You've heard of the
Hafer, sure.
Hafer Boatworks.
Yep.
After Glenn retired, he took to making maps. And he must have used a scroll saw to do this. But it's incredibly detailed. The shorelines of the lakes, the towns, the roads. He did this by hand.
Amazing.
Yeah, so you can actually feel the
Feel the lakes.
Yeah, the computer map,
Then the old Google map.
the old Google map. You know, Google Maps are great, but they're missing some depth
Yes.
that we can get from these old maps of the area. So I'd like to invite folks to come in and check out our maps. We have plat books back to the 1870s or so. We have a lot of maps hanging on the walls. We have a collection of maps in our resource room, and you can learn so much from these maps. You might be able to find where your ancestors lived, you know, by the plat maps.
Way back Wednesday went well.
Oh my gosh, yes it did. It did. We never know where it's gonna go. Although, next week, Wednesday at 10 o'clock, we're going to be doing Halloween hijinks, and we have a special guest who instigated a lot of the Halloween hijinks in this particular area, coming to share his exploits. I think it's going to be really fun.
I bet it will
and, we have another guy who's been doing a bunch of research back into the old newspapers. Halloween hijinks are not just a new phenomena. These went back to the 1890s.
Oh my goodness.
In this area,
Wow.
yeah. So next Wednesday, way back when Wednesdays at 10 o'clock.
It'd be fun to find out what hijinks were.
You should come.
I should.
I have a feeling, Jeff, you have a few to tell.
You know, I watched people do things when I was in school. And,
But you never participated.
I watched very closely. And I don't know if there's any litigation out there, and I'm just not going to say any more than that.
That's right. That's right. And Jeff, I wanted to tell you also on November 3rd, we have the next in our History Lives speaker series. Thursday night at 7 o'clock, November 3rd, Jonathan Reed is going to be talking about the town of Arnold's Park. Not the park of Arnold's Park, but the town, the community of Arnold's Park.
Okay.
Would you believe that at one time Arnold's Park was a thriving small community? Had every business in it that small towns needed, and it was a thriving little community at one time. Way different than what it is today. And he'll be showing photos of the old buildings and talking about what the different buildings were and who ran the different businesses. It's going to be way cool.
Yeah, just fascinating to find these things out.
Yeah.
What was where, who was doing what.
That's right, as long as it doesn't involve you or me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's keep that off the record if we can possibly. All right, Mary, well, thank you as always for taking me back in time.
Thank you, Jeff. It was another fun one.
You betcha. Mary Drier again here from, of course, our Dickinson County Museum. We want to thank her for being here with us. Hey, you go out and make it a great day. Thanks for watching us right here on Okoboji Broadcast. Okoboji Broadcast from the studios at historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park is brought to you in part by The Scott Troutman State Farm Agency in Spirit Lake. Quest Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services. Advisor Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz. The headquarters of the University of Okoboji is at the Three Sons, open Monday through Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday from 10 to 4. Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well. Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner. Ruthven Locker at the Lake, where carnivores are welcome on Hill Avenue in Spirit Lake. Beck Engineering in Spirit Lake. Be Radiant Laser Skin Studio in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji.